I'm sorry, there was a slide disturbance. I hope now you are able to see the current slide. Current slide. Please, can I be acknowledged in the chat? Okay, good. So, just to bring you back in the context, let me just wrap it back. This was a slide that you were able to see. I hope so, right? Then we discussed about the doc type. Doc type is going to define what is the type of document we are going to see. Then we discussed about HTML tag. Then we discussed about head tag. Then we discussed about meta tag and then title and then the body. Then we were discussing about this particular tags. The first tag was heading tag. So whenever I want to put any heading to the text, for example, this some introduction to HTML coding is written, which is little bigger in size and thicker in size. So to give such type of things, I hope my voice is clear now. Okay. Okay, fine. I'm going to start with this particular slide itself. So we were discussing that when I want to make anything appear in the web page as a heading like this, some introduction to HTML coding, then I will put that particular text in the heading tags H1 to H6. These are six different heading tags. Now when I say six different heading tags, H1 stands at the highest level, biggest heading, H2 little smaller than that, H3 little smaller than that, H4, H5 they are very similar to the normal text, and H6 is lesser than the normal text. Similarly, whenever I want to put anything in terms of paragraph in the sense it will not be mixed with the upper line and the below line. It will be having a gap between the upper line and the below line. There will be some indentation before the paragraph. So whenever I want to put any text in the paragraph format, then I will use P tag, opening P into closing P. Within that or outside of that also, we can use various other tags. One of it is strong. It will make this text to appear in bold format. Whatever you write, instead of this bold word, if you write your name, that name will get highlighted, thickened up. Same way, if you write EM, it will make the text to appear in italic format. Similarly, if you want to that line and make the text to appear in the next line, then you will use BR tag. Now, this tag, anchor tag, is very important to remember. A tag. Sometimes when you visit any web page, you may find some text containing links within it. Now that links will have some blue color marking, underlining, and when you click that blue color marking, it will make you to navigate to another web page pertaining to that link. That link is generated by using the anchor tag. This anchor tag will have an attribute called as H-reference, horizontal reference, which will contain its value as the web page to which you need to navigate. Once you click where you need to navigate, that will be mentioned as the value of this H reference. And this hyperlink, whatever you write over here, click here or click me or link or something like that, whatever you write will become the text which will appear with the underline, which you are going to normally click and navigate to that web page. So this anchor tag will start with A, will have an attribute. Damn surely you have to write this attribute called as H reference. href, and then you will specify what is the link for that particular web page. And you will mention what is in that text to appear so that the person can click on it. And this will end with a closing anchor tag. So this is about few of the tags that are there. Now for this paragraph tag, you can apply certain styling. Styling in the sense, whenever you want to make the text to appear in bright color, you'll use style color colon red. You want to make the color of the text as red, so you'll write style is the attribute, color colon red is the value of that attribute. Same way, if you want to make any text to appear in green, then you will make style color colon green, which makes that particular text to appear in green. But this style can be applied either in a paragraph tag, similar to a paragraph tag. If you don't want any gapping in between, but you want some styling to apply, then you will use span tag. Span tag is similar to that of a paragraph tag, but it will not introduce any gapping in between the upper line and the below line, and there will not be any indentation. But you can apply certain styling effect. Now, if you want to make any text to appear in listing format, for example, this particular slide, I made some bullet markings here, some listing of values. If you want to have that listing to be introduced, then there are various types of lists. One is unordered, where only bullet markings will appear. You'll use unordered list, which is opening over here and closing here. Whatever list you want to keep, that will come over in list tag. Similarly, ordered list number 1 to so on, 1, 2, 3, so on, that will also be coming in list tag. If you want a table to be introduced, then you can use a table tag with table row, and then you will define how many cells to be there in the table. Similarly, you will have one more called as very similar to paragraph and span, called as div tag, but this is little more advanced than that of the paragraph tag. So when it comes for CSS, you will write for paragraph, if you want to define any styling to it, you will write P as the name of the tag, and then within the curly braces, opening and closing curly brace, you will define what is to be given here. I'm sorry, this is a closing brace. Unfortunately, it became an opening brace. Similarly, when you want to define any styling to only one specific column of the div tag, then you can apply that particular effect by using a dot. We'll come across all these things when we talk about. So this was the basic brief about the coding. Next, we'll see what are the various stages of building a website and maintaining. These are little theoretical, not so interesting. So with this, we'll end our class now. Inshallah, we'll continue in the next session tomorrow. I'll let you know when the class will be. So within this, if there are any doubts, you can just raise it here in the chat box.
Sir, is there any tag for background color?
Is there any tag for
Background color, sir.
background color? Yes, there is there. In the body tag itself, there is an attribute called as BG color, using which we can do it. But that has been taken out because nowadays using CSS, we are able to do all that effect in a better way. I'll show you those programs. Any other? Doc type. Doc type is very simple. If you want to define any in this chatting, the web browser was there. It was only trying to understand what is HTML code. Now, as the time progressed, apart from HTML, there were a few other languages which were written at server side, and they were also used like XML and JavaScript and server side scriptings. So web browser was not able to distinguish which type of language is being used. Sometimes it was intermixed. So to tell the browser that only HTML code is being used or only JavaScript is being used or server-side ASP script is being used or any type of XML is being used, we used to use doc type, but it is not necessary. because nowadays